Hello everyone, I'm Lou Plus. Welcome back to my channel. In this episode, I'm going to be going over how to create a game and navigate around the create page. So the first thing that you'll notice when you click create game is the templates. Templates are basically pre-made games that are made by Roblox or made by someone who Roblox have let make a template, and they have all the scripts and all the builds and stuff like that, and it's basically a good way to learn how to make games. So the Infinite Runner, for example, this will have all the scripts to make it work, and then you just look in the scripts, see how it works, change stuff. There's a lot of them. New ones come out all the time. Like this one's like a gun game. This one's just a basic combat game, simulator game. There's a lot of them coming out. The next thing that you will see is basic settings. Basic settings is where you create the game, the look when someone clicks on your game. So the name of it, this is just Little Plus, and then the description can be, this was made for a YouTube video. The genre, I don't really think that matters anymore. I'm pretty sure there's no genre selector anymore, so I just keep mine on all. Then the next page is access. So access has where you can set the playable devices. This means which devices can connect to the game. So phone, tablet, console, or computer. Console, you have to agree to this, that there's no blood or gore, intense violence, strong language, Robux gambling, drug reference or use, and in-game messaging. You have to agree to that to enable consoles to play. And then there's the player count. So player count is how many people can be in one server at a time. Right now the cap for default people is 100, but you can change that by joining the beta program on Dev Forum, and I think that it goes up to 200 or 300. Next is server fill. I recommend you keep this on Roblox Optimizer's server fill for me. The other two don't really work that well unless you're making like a solo game. Then I'd set it to fill each server as full as possible, but I don't think it really matters. Just keep it on the first one. Access, you have to disable private servers for this one. You can set it to friends only or for everyone. Then private servers, free or paid. Paid, that's how much Robux it costs, and then the marketplace fee is 30%, so you get 70% of 100. Or 70% of, whatever you set the price to. This will be I'm pretty sure it's every month for private servers, but I'm not exactly sure how when the billing happens. I'm pretty sure it's every month though. So yeah. Next is advanced settings. Advanced settings, I don't really edit these much. This is if you want to uncopy lock your game so that anyone can edit it and use your game. This is good for if you're making a game that you want other people to learn from. You can allow copying. And then these are the different gear types. I think this lets people use the gear types in your game if they have it. And then just allow genre and stuff. And then the next button you want to click is create game. So you click create game, and it takes you back to the develop page. You click edit, open, and should load up studio. Loads up studio so you can begin editing your game. This is just on the default base plate. It's got no template on. I'll do another video about getting around studio and what each thing does in another episode. Now, next thing is configure game, configure start place, and configure localization. Configure game, you can edit the name, change the privacy, so if the game's open, public, so people can play it, or private, so no one can play it. Enable access to API services. This means enabling access to things like data store service, which is used for saving data in game. Avatar settings, you do that in Studio, but it's basically setting if people are R6 or R15. Places, you can add places and basically make it so you can have multiple places in one game. I'll go over doing that when we start the scripting tutorials. This is, yeah, that's for the API for creating places. I don't really use this section much. Developer products, this is things that people can buy multiple times rather than game passes, which is one time. Like in simulators, if you buy an in-game currency or whatever you buy in simulators. If you can buy it multiple times, it's a developer product. Social links, this is adding things like Discords, YouTube, Facebook, and all these to the bottom of your game. And then game updates, you can send this out, and people who have the updates enabled on the game, they'll get a notification. Configure place, you can edit the description and the name of the actual place. You can edit the icon and the thumbnail. You can change the access, so you can start selling access here, or you can take private service off and stuff like that. Changing the permissions, again, this is the allowing people to copy your place and stuff. You can revert to the previous version history, create more developer products, and do these permissions. Next is localization. So this is, I'm pretty sure, I don't really use this, I've never used this before, but I'm pretty sure that this is used for translations. Next is badges, game passes, and stats. So creating badges is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it costs 100 Robux for a badge. This is something you can award players for achievements in games. Game passes is something people can buy. That's what shows up if you go inside a game and click store. Those are all the game passes. You can select the image, change the price, and change the name and stuff like that. Player statistics, that will show up if you actually, upload the game, people play it. This shows all the premium payouts, revenue data and game stats and stuff, and then also how many people are playing, what they play on, all that stuff. Next is advertise. Advertise is just making. It costs money to advertise, and you put an advertise. If you don't have ad blocker, it would show an advertisement here. It'd show advertisements and sponsorships and stuff, and that's how you do it. You create an advertisement for your game. When people click it, it sends them to your game. This is a good way to get people to play your game, but it does cost Robux. Next is shut down all servers. This just basically any server that's running in this section will shut down and everyone will get kicked from it. You use this if you update your game. You shut down the servers so that when people rejoin, the update will show up in the game to avoid old servers. That's everything you need to know about creating a game in the Create Game section of Roblox. The next tutorial will be going around Studio, how to get around Studio and stuff like that. Goodbye.